Alright, Juggalos, Juggalettes, how y'all doing? I'm here with the Rube Boy. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. It's a hot-ass day here in Detroit. It's like 97 degrees, and the humidity is like 102. And it's hot as hell, but I'm doing great, man. I'm alive. God woke me up this morning.
Man, ain't that a blessing?
That's right, man. That's right. You can't always look at the cup half full. You can't always look at it half empty. You gotta look at it half full, you know? And, to think about all the blessings you have around you in life, you know? And just always remember this, and I always live my life by this, Shawn, is that you know that in the world there's somebody far worse than you have it, no matter what you got going on. And, so, you know, I thank God every day for life.
Well, with that being said, what is going on, going through your mind right now, going into the gathering of the Juggalos, with it being your final match, with it being your retirement match?
Well, you know, like, we've done retirement matches before, but most of those were like wrestling angles. But, this right here, just 4 weeks ago now going on, I was diagnosed with early stages of dementia. And, it's something that actually has ran in my family. So I kind of thought it was going to happen, but I just didn't realize so soon. You know, I've been having a lot of memory loss, and I've been having forgetfulness and this and that, and even in my speech, I lose my train of thought and stuff, and basically, they're like, it's too many concussions and stuff, and the doctor was like, look, there's not really a cure for dementia, but there is something that can slow the progression, and that means don't take no more shots to the head. And he was like, look. Check this out. Steroids didn't kill Chris Benoit's family and Chris Benoit. It was all the numerous concussions the man had all of his life, and the dementia he had. And then, even with Robin Williams, when he committed suicide, that was because of the dementia was progressing really bad with him, And so, you can take it and you can slow it down, or you can just continue to live your life wild, and then then wind up like those sad cases. And I'm here to tell you, man, that I got a lot to live for, and a lot of things in my life that I'm blessed with, and so when I think about the gathering next week, which, geez, man, I can't even believe it's already next week. But I'll tell you this, Shawn. It's bittersweet. It's exciting. It's sad. But I don't want no one to shed no tears after I get done wrestling. What I want everyone to do is I want you guys to all crack open a beer or whatever you're drinking on or whatever you're smoking on. And I want you to celebrate, man. I want you to celebrate 28 years that I got to do what I love more than anything in the world. And not a lot of people consider that they've achieved their dreams in life. And I'm one of the guys that was fortunate enough to be able to do that. So I don't want people to be sad. I want them, if there's any tears, I want them to be tears of happiness. That, man, your boy is going to live to see another day.
And how do you feel going into gathering of the Juggalos?
How do I feel going into it? I mean, it's no different than it is, in past years. Right now, man, it's a week away, and I got butterflies like you wouldn't believe. But this is nothing. This is every year the same thing, man. This is not just because of the circumstances that are in front of me, but every year, a week before the gathering, I'm excited. I'm getting to see a lot of people that I don't get to see normally all the time and stuff, and a lot of family and friendly faces and stuff, and people that I watched literally grow up from being kids, man, to being adults with their own kids there and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited, man. That's what's going through my mind right now. I'm going there, knowing that, again, man, this could be my last one. You never know, and I like to live each day like there's no tomorrow, man. If one thing that Prince's death taught me is that no one's promised tomorrow, you know. And you know, if you follow me on Facebook, you know I'm the most positive guy that there is out there. Because there's no reason to be negative. Negativity is like a cancer, man. It's like when you're around it too much, it just spreads, and you don't want to be a part of that. And one of the things about the gathering, Shawn, is that when I'm there, you know, and I can't speak for everyone because there are some people that go there with a negative vibes already and that dark cloud following them. But when I'm there, man, it just feels so good, man. It's like, you know, there's beams, shining beams all over me, and I love it. And I just, again, man, you know, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited that my son is going to be rocking the main stage, you know, after coming off the Riddlebox tour with ICP and stuff. So, you know, it's like kind of like passing the torch to him, you know. Now he gets to achieve his dreams, and I hope he gets to do it for 28 or 30 years or whatever it is, you know. I'm excited, man.
And one of the biggest questions I have seen since you announced your retirement, will you still be around after this year's? As in, like, will you still, in future years, will you be on some of the judges panels for some of the games or game shows, or even be there at the gathering?
Well, let me say this, you know, like I told you earlier in our conversation, you know, dementia is a thing that, you know, you can either get a slow progression of it. Thank God that they've caught this at an early stage in my life. But it could be a slow progression, or it could be, you know, dominant and fast. You never know with this disease. And it's only up to how the progression of everything goes with me in my life, you know. But again, you know, I'm taking everything in stride like this is my last one. Do I want it to be? Hell no, man. You know, just because I'm not going to be in the ring doesn't mean that I can't still rock a crowd, you know, and still host those shows and stuff and bring it like a rude boy can, you know. And again, though, you know, I'm not going to sell myself short to do that because it's not fair to the Juggalos, man. If I get up there and I lose my train of thought and everything, and it's just not fair, man. You know, when you go to the gathering, man, you get the very best of the best. And if I can't be my best, then I'll definitely be there as an attendee till the day I die. That's for sure.
All right, and let's take a step back to 2012 when you returned to Psychopathic and returned to JCW. What initiated your return to JCW and Psychopathic?
You know, like my whole thing was Psychopathic story, but you know, I'll touch on it a little bit. You know, like, hey, look, we're family, man. We're brothers, man. And sometimes you have heat with your brothers, or you don't agree with your brothers, and you just need to go away and recharge your batteries and get your energy back. And then you know, hey, when I step away from the company, every time that I ever have, and I've come back, it's always been like yesterday. You know, like you know, like I haven't missed a beat, and we continue to move forward. And as far as 2012 goes, was that the Corp one when when I was gonna wrestle Corp?
I believe so.
I think so. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you know what? They actually it was Violent J, Joe Bruce, you know, my boy, my brother, man, you know. And he asked me about, you know, doing this deal with Corp, and I loved the idea. I thought the idea was great. I thought the storyline was magnificent. And too bad we weren't able to finish and close the book on that, so to speak, because of of course, the things that happened, you know, that transpired that year, which was stale, you know, because something that could have been so special was tainted so bad. And but yeah, 2012, man, it was really sweet, man. It felt good, man. It felt really good. And yeah, when when Joe called me, I was like, yeah, let's do this, you know. And, you know, just because, like, you don't see me, you know, on tours and doing stuff like that, that doesn't mean that I'm not at that office every damn day hanging out and just being with my friends, you know, because these are my friends and my family since, you know, I was 12 years old. You know, I'm 45 years old. Most of my life. So, you know, it's not always about business with us. You know, sometimes we just want to go kick it at a city bar, you know, and that's what we do.
And what was it you were doing during your absence from Psychopathic?
What I'm doing, the same thing I'm doing today. You know, like when I was away from Psychopathic, and much like I'm doing today, you know, I'm very focused on my charitable work. I belong to, you know, 3 different organizations that clothe and feed the homeless and the hungry. We also make sure that there's safe houses for battered women, that we make sure that they have a place to be where their husbands or boyfriends can't find them until they get their time in, you know, court and stuff. We also we take care of veterans. You know, we make sure that veterans have their electricity and mortgage, not mortgage, but rent and stuff paid for. So, you know, I really dove deep into my charitable stuff. And along with my faith, you know, like in 2010, you know, I became born again Christian. And, you know, I just, you know, I'm really a faith-based man, you know, and a lot of people find that hard to believe, but it's true. You know, I always put God before anything, and because that's the reason why I'm here. That's the reason why you're here. That's the reason why we're breathing and everything. And everybody has their own different beliefs, you know. And everybody, you know, I have a lot of people that want to debate me on it. And you know, back in the day, I would love to debate you, and I'd love to, you know, have all that energy poured into it. But you know, what I say is. And I say this to everyone, you know, and I say, hey, look, you know, seek it yourself, and if it works for you, then so be it, you know. I have dear friends and brothers that it's just not for them. But for me, it comforts me knowing that I you know, that I have a higher being following me and, you know, watching over me, and that I serve, you know. When I do my charitable work, man, it's in the name of God. It's not, you know, in the name of Rudy Hill or Rude Boy, you know. It means more that, you know, I give all the glory and honor to God, you know. And so I've been doing that. And, you know, of course, you know, DJing with Carlito, getting him started, running wrestling shows. You know, Shawn, man, I've had my hands in so much stuff in my life. If, you know, God forbid I were to get off this phone and pass away, man, I couldn't look at God and be like, why? I could be like, thanks, man, because you've given me the life of 10 men, you know. I've watched babies be born in my arms, and I've watched my mother die in my arms. So, you know, I mean, I've seen a full life, and everything that I'm doing now is like extra. And so I'm enjoying it, and I'm taking full advantage of it. And back to, you know, what we were talking about is that, you know, when I was away, you know, it was just, you know, being on a soul search, you know. When I was fully with Psychopathic, you know, it was being more selfish, you know. It was about me. It was about how can I glorify Rudy Hill? How can I glorify Rude Boy? And not to, you know, not to do what I'm supposed to and help other people and stuff, you know. And that's what I love about. And and by the way, while I was glorifying myself and while I was putting myself over, I was stepping on a lot of people, and I was making them get their feelings hurt and stuff, you know. And I've said this a million times on several different interviews. You know, I hope that those who I was an asshole to, that they can find it in their heart that they can forgive me, because I wasn't the same guy. I'm not the same guy that I was in the early 2000s or the late 90s that I am today in 2016. I'm totally not, you know. And I hope that they can find it in their hearts to forgive me, you know.
And earlier in our conversation, you said your son just came off the Riddle Box tour, and he will also be on the main stage at the Gathering as a DJ. How does that feel?
Well, when he was leaving, Carlito owns a couple businesses with me. We own a couple companies, along with our partner Mongoose. We own a production company called Controversial Productions, and we do a lot of concerts and parties and whatnot, and wrestling shows. So we had a lot in front of us, and then Joe Bruce, we was hanging with him, and he came to a couple of the parties that we threw, and he was like, holy shit, man, my nephew is throwing down. And he was like, I gotta take him on this tour. So I was like, damn, man, he's leaving me in a bind because I got all this other work. But look, when you get an opportunity like that to be on the road with the greatest fucking live act ever, by far, you go out there and you take full advantage of it, and you go do it. And so I can't even tell you how proud I am of him and all the things that he's accomplishing right now. He gets to rock the main stage at the Gathering. I think it's on Wednesday. Whatever. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday night. He gets to rock the main stage. And then, he's doing the foam party, which is going to be off the chain. That's going to be awesome. And, he has a show booked here in Detroit on August 13th, August 12th at the Token Lounge in Westland, Michigan. And so that one's going down to DJ Carlito's Juggalo Jam. And so, man, just a lot's going on with him. So I'm really excited. I'm happy and I'm proud of him, man. Because I'll tell you what, man, here's a guy who never fucked around on the streets, always kept his nose clean, lives in the worst neighborhood in the world, one of the toughest, but never succumbed to that shit. He was a boxer from the age of 9 to the age of 16. He won the Junior Olympics 4 times here in Michigan. And I'm talking about in front of 700 kids each time he won the gold. And he had ambitions of becoming a professional fighter. And, when he broke his hand, it all changed. And then he started dabbing into DJing. And next thing you know, man, he's rocking parties and stuff and making a lot of money. And good for him. And like I said, I'm proud of him. He's my best friend, man. Like, Carlito and I, we share a bond that, no two people in this world, I think, could ever, like us.
All right, and following your match at Bloodymania, what role will you play in not just in JCW but also in Psychopathic?
Well, again, it's like I'll be honest with you, man. Immediately following the Gathering, I have some tests that I have to go in the hospital for a couple days. They're just doing some tests on like watching me sleep and shit like that. So they're going to be doing that. They do this with all dementia patients. And immediately following that, I'm going to go out for at least 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the second leg of the Riddle Box tour, where I'm going to be hosting it just like back in the old school days. So that right here, you're hearing that first. No one else has heard that. But at least for the first 2 weeks of the tour, I'm getting in that bus. I'm heading down the road with my best friend, Violent J, Joe Bruce, my other best friend, DJ Carlito Hill, my boy fucking Joey Usler, my homie Billy Dale, man, and we're going out there old school style. Like I said, for myself, at least for 2 weeks, I've committed. And so I'm excited about that, man.
Alright, and to conclude, can you tell us anything that we don't already know about Bloodymania?
Can I tell you anything about that you don't already know? Probably not. I mean, I can tell you this, that there is several surprises that you don't know about. But if I told you then I'm sure the whole office would be a little pissed off at me. But I gotta tell you this though, Shawn, man, about Bloodymania. Look, let me say this. Bloodymania 10, the 10th anniversary of Bloodymania. You know the big guns are coming out. It's gonna be exciting. You're gonna see some surprises where your fucking jaw is gonna drop right down to the ground. And, yeah, I can't tell you, something that you don't know, but there's a lot that you don't know. And, I advise everyone, make sure, get your ass over there to the wrestling stage and, cause it's going down. It's gonna be real special. I promise you that.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for today. This has been a true Juggalo family exclusive interview.
Wait, brother Shawn, hold on, real quickly. Let me say this real quick before we gotta go. I'd like to say this to the Juggalos. I love you. You've made me who I am today. I'm thankful for you. But, like I said earlier in the conversation, let's celebrate this last match. And let me tell you something. Somebody told me 2 weeks ago, because I started getting sad and I actually cried. And it was DJ Cartley that he looked at me and he said, man, check it out, Dad. God couldn't have written a better script. The 17th annual gathering, the 10th anniversary of Bloodymania, and the final night of Rude Boy and JCW. That book couldn't be written any sweeter. And check it out, man. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you guys here for taking the time out to even have me on your show. And I love you guys, man. I want you to know that no matter where I wind up in my life, I love Juggalos. I'm a Juggalo to the day I die. I bleed Juggalo in my heart. And that's what I got to say.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Shawn, this is Rude Boy, and this has been an exclusive True Juggalo family.